oil on the bikes today. Just starting up the riding season, so that's the first thing we gotta do. We're gonna get ready to do the oil change. I just wanted to show you all the tools and stuff that we need. First of all, it's a 1200 Sportster. It's a year 2000. So we have the oil filter. A pair of gloves is always good to have. This is the oil filter cap. It's a B with the little thingy on it. Little screwdriver. We want to do the hose clamp on the hose underneath where we drain the oil. And then we've got 20 watt 50 Harley Davidson oil cans and oil pan. Alright, let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is put on my gloves. Put this up underneath the hose. I'm going to go around and just unloosen the hose clamp. So this is the oil hose, or whatever you want to call it, right here. And the little hose clamp is right here that we need to get. I sort of already loosened it a little. But you can just take your screwdriver and just get it in there and loosen it up. I just loosen it enough to pull back the clamp back on the hose, and then I put this on my hair and pull the hose out and drain the oil. So that's what I'm going to do now. It's loosened. I'm just pulling back the clamp, and I'll just pull out the hose. And we also have to go up and pull the dipstick out. I probably should have done that first. I think it just takes any pressure off if there's any type of suction going on in there. So you just might have to wiggle this a little bit. There we go. That oil looks nasty. All right, so while the oil's draining, I'm just gonna take the oil filter, fill it up about halfway with some oil. I believe what that does is make it so that there's not an oil pocket, an air pocket created, or an air bubble. And I also like to put a little bit of oil around the seal on this. So, stick it here. Finger, go around the gasket. So this seems to be pretty much empty. I need the tray to go over to take off the filter, so I'm just going to plug this back on. I'm just going to hang down the hose, see if any more oil wants to come out for a second. Alright, that's pretty much it. Just pop this back on. I'm not even going to seal it up. Just pop it on so it's not allowing anything to come out. Usually we try to use a bottle or create something. We're using plastic just to sort of make a little drip tray so you don't get oil everywhere. I like to move this little hose out of the way. Just stuff this up underneath it. It's not going to get everything, but it does help create less of a mess. So it will sort of drain down into the tray. So now that we got that in, take our remover, sort of gently I like to go slow because I don't want it to just explode off and have oil everywhere. And then once it's to the point where you can just hand loosen it, I like to do that. Let this oil sort of just drain out slow. Alright, we're almost done. Make sure you're putting a little bit of pressure against it so it doesn't just pop off and make a mess. There we go. Just gonna dump this down here, empty that out. Great. Yeah, ton mess. Alright, as you can see, it did catch most of it, and I'll clean the rest of this out with a paper towel. We're gonna put the new filter in. I put a clean glove on so I don't get oil all over it. So we're just going to hand tighten it first. Actually, we are just going to hand tighten it completely. And when you put it on, I like to kind of go the other way first, then start turning it. There we go. Nice and easy. All right. I think that's pretty snug. You don't want it too tight. Now that we got the filter back on, we're just going to move the oil pan back to the hose and just make sure that the hose is empty. If my helper can just move it over there, that would be great. Thank you. Just pop it off. Stupid thing. There we go. A little bit more in there. This is some really nasty oil. I did a lot of riding last summer, so. Alright. That's good. Put this back on, screw the hose clamp back on, and then we will fill the oil. Putting the oil in now. I guess these hold about 3.2 quarts. We have 3. Just because you're not going to get all the oil out anyway when you empty it out. You can watch me fill this if you want, but it's going to be a while. So you can come back. Alright, we're basically done with adding the oil. I'm going to put the dipstick back in and turn the bike on, warm it up a little bit, and then just double check it again just to make sure the level's okay. Alright, so we finished the oil change. I'm just going to, well, I already rinsed it off. I just like to rinse it, make sure I got any oil spots that might be on there. And then just start it up and make sure it's running smoothly.
What a jerk, but I love her.